What if a tenant does not leave at the end of the tenancy period?
In the event the tenant does not vacate upon the expiry of a tenancy, the landlord must serve a notice to quit, most commonly a Section 21 notice, giving the tenant 2 months to vacate the premises. In the event the tenant fails to vacate, the landlord would need to acquire a court order requiring the tenant to vacate. It's important to note that if the tenant is evicted without a court order, the landlord might be liable for damages for unlawful eviction. Therefore, the landlord will need to apply to the court and obtain an order for possession. The order for possession will normally give the tenant 14 days to vacate, but it can be up to 56 days in certain circumstances. If the tenant fails to comply with that court order, the landlord would then need to apply for a warrant for possession and have bailiffs attend the premises to evict the tenant. Again, it is important that the landlord deals with this through the statutory process and have bailiffs deal with the eviction rather than attempting to deal with it themselves.
What if the tenant is in breach, i.e. not paying the rent?
If a residential tenant is in breach of their tenancy agreement, there are several steps the landlord can take to seek to rectify the position. Firstly, the landlord could approach the tenant and talk to them about the situation. It might be that simply there's a misunderstanding or they need to engage with the landlord to agree a payment plan to get up to date with their arrears. If this does not work, instructing a solicitor to write a pre-action letter may result in the tenant taking things a bit more seriously and remedying the breaches. Alternatively, the landlord could serve a Section 8 notice obtaining possession of the premises. If a tenant is in rent arrears, the landlord would only need to give 14 days notice, and then they could issue court proceedings to recover possession of the property. Alternatively, the landlord can simply issue a county court claim against the tenant requiring remedy of the breach or payment of the arrears, though this is used less frequently as it is far more straightforward to simply seek possession of the property.